Let's see how quick it goes. I still have my horse. Yep, I still have my horse. Auto-collect not available. Auto-collect is not available in multiplayer. Do people play on multiplayer? Like, is that what everybody does?
My blade is thirsty for blood, and this job sounds a dark elf on the...
I don't know, maybe we could have the most...
see a result soon enough.
We could maybe learn the most about the game on multiplayer is what I'm thinking. I don't know, though. I'm not sure. Maybe we should try it, just to experiment, at least, right? Let's just try to speedrun the main quest and see what happens. This is the main quest. Go and find Sergeant Treville. I don't know if things scale to me. We'll see, I guess. Ooh. I do have lots of things to sell. Let me know if I need to change the volume or anything, guys. I think I turned it down a bit. So this guy is selling stuff that's my level, which is kind of interesting. Weapon damage poison is 20% of dexterity. Ooh, that's kind of good. So 113 to 146 and 30 to 39 physical, 26 to 33 poison. That's better than that, I think. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It is because it's magic. Yeah, let's buy it. Are you sure it's not a rule you can set as a server or an owner? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. There's often a few crazy people keeping servers alive. So you don't play your original save, did it break? I'm testing out the multiplayer. So I imported my character. He's the same character. Has the same experience. All the same loot. I made a server for myself because there's various exploits and other things we can check out when we're playing multiplayer. So another thing we can do potentially for new characters, like I want to test out some of the other characters. So we could have a save game, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong about this, people that know the game. I think I could literally drop like a ton of gold or find some great items or whatever, drop it on the ground and then make a save game in multiplayer. I could then import a new character or start a new character and load them into that saved game, grab all that stuff, and then just like make a new game and save and like go from there. So basically I could have a huge buff for any new characters that I make if I set myself up properly. And it's also a way to trade items between your characters, but you can only do that using this multiplayer exploit instead of, you know, like in Diablo, there's a shared stash or whatever. This game doesn't have a shared stash, so you kind of have to do it that way instead. So I'd like to experiment with that and see if I can get that to work as well, because that would be pretty cool, right? If we find some really awesome items for another class, then we could try that. Ooh, this is nice. Hang on. Is Sudden Fury my main attack? Whoa. Maybe I should get that too. Are those both upgrades? That is Blade though. Wait, is Blade what I have? Yes, okay. I think I might have just found 2 upgrades for my weapons, which is pretty sick. 148 to 188. This has more damage, but I don't know. I like that the dexterity damage poison. That's good. And then also it has slots. Like these don't have any. They're not magical technically. So I think we're going to spend some cash getting those, and then we can put some stuff. 3 slots in that one, 2 slots in this one. Also, I learned solid potatoes. Sorry, I'm so sorry I didn't see that right away. Thank you so much for the 20 months, Solid Potatoes. Solid Potatoes! Thank you. I love old games where there's online multiplayer. Yeah. And then, who knows? Maybe we could even play together, chat. Maybe you guys could, like, be super nerds and level up a character in Sacred, and then we could somehow... I don't even know if you can play across the internet or if it's just locally. I mean, I'm not sure. But maybe that's a thing that still works somehow. There's probably some nerds that make it work. I don't know. But that would be pretty fun to explore as well, don't you think? I think that would be pretty fun. Thank you, Blue Namuk. This reminds you of Fallout 1. Another game we just finished. Roleplay as Bill Gates with all his money just dropping it in the Middle Ages. Sure, I can make... Let's make a dwarf character and call him Bill Gates. And he'll be the richest character of all. Because the dwarf is all about making money. He's got the trading skill. So that could be fun and exciting. Let's see if this guy has anything else. Whoop. Okay, anything else that I need here? No. Unless you have... No. Actually, I could use some more big healing potions. Okay. And then... I can save. So this will be... Derpst. Multiplayer 1 attempt. Now. I have 2 magic weapons. These are pretty cool, you know, but now I can get some really neat things to put in. All these little squares are... That means it's magical, so you can enchant them and stuff. So we'll go to the blacksmith and we'll do that. And then we'll make them a lot more powerful than the other ones we had, I think. I'll probably just do damage. We have to find the blacksmith first, though, which is actually kind of annoying. Let's just sell the old ones. There we go. Come on, horse. I'm used to having that Indiana Jones music playing, so now this game seems really quiet. Excuse me. Hey, Callisto! What's going on? I did find my first dragon, and needless to say, it didn't go well. Alright, so this is the start of the game. We have started a brand new save, and these enemies are scaling to my level. Which is super interesting. I didn't think that would happen, actually. I like that it did. So let's do the Where's the Blacksmith quest so we can get the blacksmith back. And then we'll just do the main quest. If you don't know, our character is an assassin. Okay, now that we're in the game, it's actually too quiet. There was just a couple sound effects that were bothering me, how loud they were. No more tips. Thank you. Ugh, horse.
You'll see a result soon enough.
Or will you? Alright, blacksmith's wife. Okay. Where's the blacksmith? Let's do that one. I really like the map in this game. I really do. So I still have the map explored. The mini map is still explored from my previous adventures, but the main map is not, which is really weird, honestly. Very strange. But hey. Saw Divinity games on sale now. Ooh, grab them if you don't have them already. I cannot wait to play Divinity 2. Divinity 2, or is it just Divinity 2? I don't know. I've played the first game all the way through. And I love it so much. Divine Divinity has a lot in common with this game. But this game is more sort of open. I'm gonna put some stuff in here. Maybe some, you know. What if I put skeleton skulls on my weapons? Would that be good? It would just add more damage. It would make them... And it would give a little magic damage, a little more physical damage. Not much poison damage. But they have varied levels as well. I don't know which would be better. I do have some good ones, actually. You can also put rings in the enchant slots, too. And I found these. So these I could technically trade to my characters if I wanted to. But I don't know. Alright, anyways, we're going to find the blacksmith on our super speedy horse. I only played Divinity 2 Ego Draconis and I had a good time with it. That one's quite different, isn't it? I believe it is quite different. Okay, yeah, the goblins are leveling with us as well. Everybody's leveling with us. This is very interesting. I'm already learning a lot today. I'm glad I sort of did this. Got a couple healing potions. Wow, that's loud. Okay, so now silver difficulty on single player also makes enemies scale. Great. I was playing on silver difficulty because I want to unlock the next difficulty. I don't know how long the campaign is. I assume it's pretty long because the world is freaking huge as balls. So, where are we going here for this? Where's the blacksmith? We're going this way. This way! Hello? What do you want?
I'll carry out the assignment.
I might.
In my own way.
I might. We'll see. I might not, you know. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this is the name guy. Come here. Oh, see? They're summoning. Summoning dudes. So that the name guy was summoning. Oh, I shouldn't have killed him. Unfinished prototype. There we go. Anyways. So I could do that where I just let him keep summoning dudes and then I can have like an endless supply of goblins to farm for XPs. It's too loud. Ooh, magical hiding spot. No. Where does this take me? Right here, okay. go turn this in and then we'll continue, I think, the main quest. I just want to use the blacksmith. Yay! We got hack again. Okay. This is nice, but we don't need it for this character. So, we've got these two items. So, this one's got the poison on it, right? So, let's mess around with this a little bit. I have this, which also adds more damage, poison damage, 20%, 23% of my charisma. So, my charisma is 55. So, it's not huge, but it's kind of cool, you know? It doesn't add flat damage on top of it. There's also something with the color coding of the slots. So I know I don't remember what they do. I should really look that up. But the different slot colors scaled, they give different bonuses to whatever you put in them. So that's kind of neato burrito. I really should be aware. I should memorize that if I'm gonna like min-max everything. But then we have, let's see, this one does the most. Oh. So it doesn't add any damage on top of it if you do the skulls, even though it says it's kind of going to. I don't know why. It says damage, or maybe that's different. Is that a different stat? The damage with the shield? No, it's the same one. I don't know why it doesn't add that. So weapon damage, poison, 23% of charisma. And then more physical and a little tiny bit of magic, which may or may not be worth it. I could also put one of these in there. Or I could just use the blacksmith thing. And just 16 to attack and all damage types by 8, which is probably what I should do. So, we'll do that. There we go. And then we can do this one. What happens if I do this? Protection. That adds 9 to 18 magic damage. It's not bad. It would have been a lot better early on. That would probably be nice for a newer character. Oh, you have to be minimum level 17 actually for it. I think we'll just do a bunch of damage type. Like, stack this. Just 3 of these. We can replace it later if we want, I think. So, there we go. Now they do tons more damage. Like 50 more. This and Diablo 4 is the only ARPGs you've seen where you have mounts. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I think it was really smart in this game just because, you know, the game is really huge. So it is quite nice to have a mount. I don't even know why I want to keep these rings. I'll probably sell them later. Okay. Oh, sorry. I should put, I think exclamation point sacred is the command. I'll add that in the title, sorry. There we go. But yes, this is sacred. Sacred Gold, which is just a version that was released a little bit later that has the original game plus the expansion called Underworld. Look lively, look lively. Alright. I think actually... I think I need to go through the town. I don't know why I'm going this way. Absurd. Oh, you know what else? Is this the town that has the portal? Yeah, I think I needed... Somebody said either there was another portal here that I missed or something, but I need to activate the portal to put it on my network or something like that. That's how it works. Yeah, because this isn't the main one, is it? This is just here. There's apparently another Bellevue portal. Do you mind? Go in. Go in the portal. Thank you. So there is another one somewhere. Is it this? Maybe. There we go. Okay. And look, I have my portals saved from before. So that means if you make a new game with an existing character, you can just teleport immediately. That is really important. That is very good to know. Because you don't have to run all the places. So I gotta make sure that I get all these waypoints that I missed the first time around. The portals being character specific is huge. Oops. Dungeon Siege has mules to carry your stuff. Dungeon Siege is more linear though, right? I haven't played that one. I would like to try it. I assumed it was a little bit less extensive than this one. And it's party-based too, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Where does this go? If I can make my horse go into it somehow. There we go. Oh, that's just the same one. Okay. Horse! Thank you. Yeah. Halt! There's this cave here that, if this has just brigands in it, this might be a good experience. We could try it. Oh, I see a magic hiding spot. Hold on. If you unlocked all the portals, you could have the whole map on a new character. No, I think it's the other way around, right? The portal saves to your character, not to the save itself. At least that's what it seems like. I could be wrong. I'm just assuming, based on what I've discovered today. Where was the magic hiding spot? I've lost it. There it is. I don't want that. Dungeon Siege is pretty interesting. Yeah, it seems interesting. Hello. Venomous Ring of Legends. Ooh. So there's also a stat in the game that you can get on gear that gives more experience. And there's also a magic find stat, kind of like the Diablo one. So I wouldn't mind. This is actually a pretty good ring. Like I could apply that. I could put that on something. I don't need the spells part of it, but that might be better than this one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That increases my damage quite a bit. Okay.
Want the heart still beating.
Spread
out. Remember the power of Organar.
Dungeon Siege is very linear. It does feel very much like a Zero to Hero journey, though. That's cool. And it also has like a random loot sort of system, right?
I need armor that protects me against...
Oh, you're fine. I think. Although now I'm not able to attack. Come here. I remember when I killed this guy the first time on my other save, it was quite an ordeal. And now he's just like, what a wimp. What a wimp. All right. It's weird because they're scaling to my level, but I guess they're still like a simple starter enemy, right? So they're just kind of like poop. They're just poop anyway. Or I'm just that cool, I guess. All right, we leveled up. Let's get endurance rounded off there. And concentration. Blade combat. Let's get that to 10. So we have 2 blades. Yay. And we'll kill this last guy just so he's not lonely. You're welcome. Okay, I'm actually going down there, but I think the quest turn-in is down there, actually. Bit of an annoying river here. Ooh. Fuming armor. No thanks. Goblins? Hey! Leave me horse alone. Ghost Meadow, not for me. Oh, we're 23 now. Dungeon Siege has no loading zones, so it feels like a huge connected world. Oh, that's kind of neat. This one is kind of like that, isn't it? I mean, you teleport around, but when you go into a dungeon, you just kind of walk into a door. It's not, it doesn't feel like a loading screen at all.
I will carry out the quest in my own way, so don't cry about it afterwards. I will carry out the quest in my own way, so don't cry about it afterwards.
Isn't that the one I just did? I don't know. Whatever. You got anything good? Dwarf pistol. 12% to attack? What am I using? Magic resistance. Damage received reduces gold. Saving health 4%. I still don't really know what that means, but it sounds cool. All right. Anyways, let's go. Oh, here's a shaman. So he's gonna keep summoning dudes. We just have to not kill Shaman. At least for a bit anyway. Might be accidental. I don't think you can summon dudes fast enough though, guy. And he died. I didn't even mean to kill him and he died. Alright, well, whatever.
I can feel it. This is the right place.
On the other side.
There are sure to be some rich clients here. I'm already looking forward to a mission that combines. You'll see a result soon enough.
Okay, we have to do that one,
My
right?
blade is thirsty for blood, and this job sounds promising.
Let's see. The Book of Wisdom. Is that from Master of Combos? Yeah, we gotta do this. Because that awards us the use of this guy, which is important. But that shouldn't be too hard. I'm happy they kept the German voices for the goblins. It fits for some reason. It does actually seem pretty nice. I agree.
It's open season.
It's open season. Okay, get off horse. Let's just buff. This is a wall. It's a little annoying. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. I think the guys that are elites, the blue enemies, I believe they give more XP as well. Than your normal dude would. Oh, well that didn't work, did it? Gulak Thunderstone!
This fight will be your last.
And he's dead. Okay, there we go. That was easy enough. Cruising through the main quest. Horse. Okay, whatever, horse. You just do whatever you want, horse. I'll just go on foot. Okay, got revenge hard hit. Good. Now, I've got... Oh, I have a soul catcher upgrade. And a hard hit one. Well, I think I'm gonna start upgrading Mongoose because I saw somebody else in a video who had the Mongoose ability, which is the one that lets me jump. And it just lets you jump farther and farther the more you upgrade it. So that feels like it must be very, very much worth upgrading. So that might be the next one that I upgrade a bit, and then it might be useful. How much health do I have? 899. Okay, this will heal me 130 if I use it on dead people. I don't know if that's worth it, because it just takes so long to cast. I don't know. It is a heal though, which is nice. Does he summon or does he raise? The goblin shaman, he raises new enemies. And they're the same as the ones that are there. Which is cool. Alright, so now we're headed for the Crown of Angaria. We need to go to Portovellum. Which actually means we could just take the portal there, but now we're like halfway between the area, and there is a lot of goblins here. So I'm actually, instead of going back and portaling, I may just run there and get lots of XP at the same time. Although the portal is just right there to go back to town, and then I could use this portal. I don't know. I kind of just, I want to try this trick for leveling. I want to try it. Oops. That's not the right way. Well, I mean, we might as well pick up the quest if he's got it.
This assignment obviously demands the use of brutal force.
Obviously.
I accept it. I can feel it. This is the right place.
Okay. This no, that's a warrior. It's not a shaman. Come back. He's poisoned. Look at that. 40 poison damage. That's pretty good. Fist of the Gods. What is Fist of the Gods? It's not for me, but yeah. It's for the gladiator, which is like the warrior kind of class.
The inhabitants' looks are suspicious.
Or the barbarian
but my intention
sort of class.
is to protect them, not to destroy them.
Yeah, derps, whatever you say. Get the meat. Get the meat and get some quick XP. And I also think that side quests are worth doing because you get quite a big chunk of XP when you do them, and a lot of them are pretty easy. Naughty dog. Oh, another soul catcher. Okay. Kill the wolf. There we go. What do you want?
My blade is thirsty for blood.
Treasure
and
map
this
is a
job
drink.
sounds promising.
Okay. He's the treasure map guy. Where is that, out of curiosity? Search for the drunken veteran's treasure. Take a look in the caves. Nah. Let's go to Portobellum. Alright, so now the plan is... Let's try to get a lot of dudes. Let's try to get... Now there's two ways I can do this. I have bombs, which is quite nice. There's no shamans here, so I'll just try not to die. I should really have this on. It's weird because it shows that I can cast it, but it doesn't actually let me cast it. Okay, hold on.
Perish.
Healing potion, healing potion. And another thing about goblins is it's nice because they drop healing potions. And when I was killing raiders and stuff... Oh, oops. I didn't want to put that on you. When I was killing raiders and stuff, or bandits or whatever, they didn't really drop potions as often. Which, especially for me right now, it's important that I can heal a little bit. I wanted to use this so I can block some of the range attacks. Okay. Speaking of open season, have you played any of the police quest games? I played a little bit of one of them, like one of the older ones from the 90s. Are they all from the 90s? I'm not actually sure. But yeah, it was quite fun actually. I would like to play those again sometime. Those are fun. And then there's some police game from the 2000s. I forgot what it's called though. That's more of like a strategy one. What series is that? There's like 4 or 5 of those that I want to try. Apparently they're pretty good too. Come here. SWAT. Yes, thank you. That is what it is. Yes. That is on my list too because it seems fun. And also I've owned them on GOG for so long. Okay. Come along, everybody! Gather round, gather round. Oh boy. Okay. I wish I could buff while I was on my horse. It was not to be. What? Alright, let's get off the horse. Get rid of this conjurer guy. I do kind of need a way to heal, don't I? Flawless armor of the panther? Okay. Tell you what, let's try that. Gives me a buff. So then do I have to kill all the people that I kill while I have the buff on? Let's see. Did you give me... Oh, he did heal me a little bit. Okay. Oh. I thought I had to cast it on dead people. Oh. That guy didn't heal me at all, though. What? Confused. Did I get healed? No. Oh. Huh. I don't know. That's a little weird. First police quest is from 1987. Oh, geez. I don't know which one I played. It was quite old, whichever one it was. Okay, so his soul goes out of his body and then it goes into me, and I do get a little bit of health. Okay. But it just takes a second. It's cute. Give me your soul. Come on, attack. Ishneep. Oh, you know what? That buff kind of shares a cooldown a little bit. Oh. Hey, Lewis. There's two shamans there. Another one there.
My blade is thirsty for blood.
This is the guy that gives...
And this job sounds promising.
Ooh, +3 testosterone and 7 weapon lore. Oh, but I have this, though. Oh, man. Oh, man. Extended day. Mongoose +2. Oh, crap. Now I'm getting a bunch of things that I kind of want to use. Man. Well, I guess that's probably good. It bumps up my defense by quite a bit, so that's nice. Come here. Oh, I just like completely miss. Potion of concentration is nice. Police quest floor is definitely the derpiest of them all. Nice. And by derpy, I hope you mean cheesy. Okay, shaman. Warrior. Oh, it wants me to kill warriors. Okay. Orc warrior. I mean, I guess we might as well do this. It's worth it for XP. Just kill a bunch of these guys. And then let's use mongoose. Why not? It's got no cooldown. That's cool. So the guy I saw using this jump ability, he had a lot of points invested in it, and so he could jump like extremely far, and it looked really fun. Soul Hammer of Expulsion. Ooh. Yes, summon more dudes. Okay, we have 2 shamans. Try to kill. No, not the shaman. Oh wait, is this 3 shamans? Oh. Okay. I wonder if shamans can summon other shamans. Oh, I killed a shaman. Crap. It was an accident, I swear. Ooh, mongoose upgrade. Dude. Yeah, they're just summoning warriors, and I could just kill them over and over again.
Show me how good you are.
We'll get 20 gobos in no time. Warrior. I'm just trying to kill the warriors for this quest. But it's pretty... Like, imagine if you had 5 or 6 shamans, you know? And they just are continuously summoning warrior guys. Pretty easy mode. We're almost leveled up again, and I wasn't even really trying.
Only a scratch.
Give me your stuff. Okay, now we're gonna kill the shamans, I think. Level up. Oh, I thought you were my enemy. No, you're not. Okay. Horse. Saw the stream title better than Diablo. That must be sacrilege. Yeah, I was hoping people would come in and call shenanigans on what I said. But I also think it's worth a discussion. And it's also a question, not a statement. But it's worth the discussion, I think. Because I think this game has a lot of things going for it that are different than Diablo and better. But there's also some things that Diablo does a lot better in this game too, obviously. I mean, Diablo 2 basically like set the basis for the ARPG genre, right? When did it come out? In the year 2000, I think. So then there was a lot of, oh, that's kind of cool. Wrong character class. Then there was a lot of games trying to copy that, and this is one of those. But I think this game does a really good job of putting its own spin on it. And this game also has a lot of potential, I think, for back in the day having been better, maybe more popular than Diablo if it was like, if it had concentrated maybe a little bit more on multiplayer, because that was one of the big things about Diablo 2 was the multiplayer and the trading and everything, which this game doesn't have. But imagine if it did, you know? And if it did focus more on that. Armor. Okay. Blade combat, or do I want that? Or do I want more armor? Or do I want more ballistics? I don't know. I guess I'll get that so it's over 100%. But again, I want to get farther into this game and experience more of it before I actually do like a comparison or a review, because this game has a lot of depth. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh, nice. I can actually get out of that.
This fight will be your last.
It might be our last. Get all the souls. Give me the souls. Yes. Nice. Okay, I feel like that worked pretty good. I had my healing buff on. And as long as I have that on, every time I kill some dudes, it's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, give me some more dudes. Cast that again. Let's go get more guys. Follow me! Oh. I guess this is a problem. They can sort of make me stop. Let's get my horse back. It's kind of annoying. Come on. Get on your horse! Ugh, God. This game has mounts. Diablo 2 doesn't have mounts. Not that it really needs it, but... The world is like 8 bajillion times better. Or not better. Bigger. Do you guys think that's a plus or a negative? Like the size of the world for this kind of game? The game was originally started by developer Icaron as an adaptation of the role-playing game The Dark Eye. After Icaron went defunct, Ascaron bought it out and continued the project with an original story, renaming it Sacred. Oh, that's pretty cool. I see this game as being incredibly ambitious. And I think I think that's what I love about it, because it was the thing that could happen in the 2000s. Like, there was a lot of games being made that were very ambitious and maybe overstepped their bounds a little bit in some places, but it resulted in a really, really fun and unique gameplay experience. Oops. Instead of more of the, like, kind of fun but safe, familiar gameplay experience that we get today, where every game is sort of like the same in a lot of ways, where you know what you're gonna get.
Come back.
As soon as you start playing it, you're just like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like that other game that's kind of like this. There's not a lot of outside of the box game development anymore, except in the indie community there is, but with big games, there's not. Alright, dudes. Let's get my buff on here. So that I don't have to... So I don't have to use all my healing potions.
The important thing when playing cat and mouse is to know who is the cat.
Yes, you must know who is the cat. Ooh, mentor potion. Oh, I should have been using a potion. That's God, whatever. It's fine. There's an XP potion. Anyway, here we are.
Ah, orcs, the former slaves of my people. And for this Wilbur Scott.
I can cast that on my horse. And it seemed like it was faster to cast it on my horse. Potion of the Mentor again. Get it, get it, get it. Last time I was here, the goblins and orcs were completely overrunning the entire town. And I died so many times. But maybe maybe now it won't be like that. Alright. Ooh. Oh, another thing not for us. Experience gains from monsters! And I can't use it. If I... It's not... And I can't... Gosh darn it. I want the experience gain from monsters buff. I really want it. Game looks more technical than Diablo. Yeah, I would say. Where do people in general rank Diablo 2 in the series? Consider it as the best even now to this day. It is. People rank Diablo 2 as the best. Still. That's why it got a remaster and is still incredibly successful.
I don't know why I do this to myself.
And it is an amazing game. With an amazing amount of replayability. Don't need that. No. Gosh, I really want to wear that. Explosive charge. But the thing is, I'm getting ballistics +6 from having 2 pieces of this on. So it kind of is like, what do we do? Do I want ballistics or do I want testosterone and weapon lore? Weapon lore is going to give me more poison damage and fire damage, which does increase explosive charge damage. I guess I could put it on and see how much. Brings ballistics down to 4. Okay, 138 plus 267. 138 plus 379. Oh, yeah, it nerfs it by so much. So I don't know if I want to do that.
My blade is thirsty for blood, and this job sounds promising.
This seems to have a lot of interesting features. Just remember, Diablo has a loop of drinking potions and clicking on enemies in musty dungeons. Yeah. It's definitely repetitive. Absolutely. What is this? And, I don't think, I don't know. This game's definitely bigger and has less repetitiveness just because it's bigger, I would assume. Although, you know, I'm not that far into it yet, but it's like the biggest thing that this is probably lacking and why it wasn't as big as Diablo. Well, maybe marketing had to do with that too. I don't know. But the multiplayer thing, like that's what really, if you guys remember, did you play Diablo 2 like in its prime? The trading of items and like just the finding of legendary items for one was like so addicting, and then trading things for other things was just like the whole of the game. It was the heart of the Diablo 2 experience. And I don't know. I wish that that was a thing in this game. I feel like they missed out. And another thing that they could have done here, I might change my opinion on this as this goes on, but what if the classes were different? I really like how they have classes and different skills, and like you can customize your build and everything like you can in Diablo. But what if they made it like more of an open thing? Because you can find skills from other classes, right? All the time, constantly. And there is something you can do with them. You can exchange them into something for your class. But what if instead of that, you could build a totally like, yeah, classless is the right term. Like what if you started as a complete blank slate and then you could pick, maybe you could pick like 3 starting abilities. You could pick 3 starting skills rather than having to pick from, like, I can only pick the ones that the Dark Elf gets. I don't get to pick the ones that other classes have. And, you know, your stats are different depending on your class as well. Maybe you could just pick how you start and then you could build any kind of class. Wouldn't that be cool? Or if they went more of a Grim Dawn Titan Quest kind of route, maybe you could do a subclass or something like that, instead of being classless. Just something that would make it a little more spicy. And I think this game has a lot of depth in the character the class creation and all of that. It could really be expanded upon. I'm kind of curious what Sacred 2 is like, and to compare it to this one, and maybe there are some of those changes in that game. I don't know. How dare they not let me have experience bonus? What am I doing here? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Do I want more defense and reduces effects of poison? Increases your attack rate, melee, and hit points. Just give me that. Just more poison damage and charisma. I'm a very charismatic dark elf. You have more love for Diablo 1 back in the day, but it is a bit rough. I actually played Diablo 1 sort of recently. I thought it was very fun. It's much simpler than Diablo 2, but it's also maybe a bit more charming because of the simplicity. And I thought it was very fun. Like, it could definitely use some things like faster character movement and stuff. But it's a solid, entire, really fun just gameplay experience. Diablo 1. It's really good. And obviously it starts the Diablo lore in the game, so that is also really interesting. Remember when you found your first Stone of Jordan? Good times. Yeah, that's what Diablo does really well. I was so pissed when there was no rune words in 3 and 4. I don't even really like 4, but the rune word system, so cool, so addicting. And those rare items that you find, like Stone of Jordan, and like then you could trade that with another player for something that you need for your class. Everything had sort of a value, and just fun, right? Just fun to collect things. That game really does that very, very, very well. And this game, I don't know if this game has that. So in Diablo, if you need a rune, a specific rune to make a rune word, which is just like you craft a magic item basically that's really powerful for your character, and there's a list of rune words, and each one takes a different set of runes to make. So if you say you need like I don't know, a John and Ith rune, you can go and farm those from a specific area or a specific monster as many times as you want until you get one. Now I don't know if this is such a random loot system. I don't know if that's a thing in this game. It's raining though. It's got a weather system. Diablo doesn't have that. Like I hope there's something like that in this game, because I do enjoy eventually being able to focus fire on what I want to get and try to get it and then succeed getting it. I like that feeling in Diablo. Yeah, the rune word system is awesome. I don't know why Blizzard thought it was a great idea to like not have that anymore. Ding dongs in my opinion. Die, orc dogs. What do we get? Oh, wait, those are still not what I need. I don't know why I'm not getting off my horse. Don't ask me.
It's over, you worm.
You worm. Okay, so that's not for us, unfortunately, but this armor's pretty good. Or it might be good. Okay.
See you in hell.
People are getting a little high level. Let's see what we got here. Legendary Armor of the Apocalypse. That is for Vampirus. That's the one that I wanted before. Oh. Did I get the same freaking thing? Oh my god, I got two different... Well, I guess the game wants us to be Seraphim next. Steeper. I'm a German goblin. Silly. And you could trade X runes for a more viable Y rune. Yeah, like there was cheaper runes and more expensive runes. More rare and high level ones. Dynamic weather, 10 out of 10. There's lots of things that this game does that's so cool. The dynamic weather system is really cool. The world feels alive. The map is beautiful and just humongous. And it looks like a real, you know, like a fantasy world space, don't you think? There's towns every once in a while. Everything's fairly spread out. It makes kind of sense. There's different biomes. I really do like the design of it. And what else I think is really cool that stood out to me is the NPCs within the towns, especially in the bigger towns. There's just meaningless NPCs. You know, they don't do anything. They just like talk to you. And there's kids that will talk crap to you or insult you or whatever, depending. And then as you gain reputation or not, like first everyone thinks you're dumb, and then eventually you get sort of renown and everyone changes the way that they react to you, which is a very advanced mechanic for this kind of a game, you know? I think that's really impressive. I like that a lot. It feels like the world is a big sort of living, breathing place, and it feels like you're making a difference too. That's really nice. I should be making notes about this so I can make a video about it later and remember everything I want to make notes of. It feels natural. Yeah. It does in its way. It does. Okay, let's do the side quest because it's right here. Whoa. Okie doke. Quite a few dudes right there. Okay, this isn't working right well. Come on. Give Give me your souls so that I can heal. It takes too long for the souls to get to me.
Withdraw. Call it undecided until I return.
Oh boy. Quest complete. Meh. Where am I turning this one into? Oh, okay. Feels like a good template to fill with whatever you want to mod it. This game? Yeah, and there are plenty of mods for it too, and I do want to check some of those out. There's even one, speaking of Diablo, there's even like a sacred Diablo mod that adds the Diablo classes and stuff. Like the community for this game is still going strong, which is very, very, very cool. Lots of stuff. And knock you all over. You can get horses that have more charge damage, which is kind of funny. I saw this guy's video who had a battle mage, and he was high level. And literally his whole build was he just ran around on his horse, and he had this like circle of flame ability that just would like whoosh, whoosh, around his horse, and then he would just sit there on his horse and like cast that over and over, and everyone died around him. I don't know if there's probably more to it than that, but you know, it was interesting. Okay. Who am I supposed to talk to here? For the crown of Derby-Doo. Mortimer?
I will carry out the quest in my own way, so don't cry about it afterwards.
Where's the guy I'm supposed to speak with the main quest?
Look for the prince on the
rear fortifications? The rear fortifications. The big compass is pointing me this way. I don't think this is where I'm meant to be, though. Ooh, a tormenting blade of legends. Like, I do get excited when I see a rare item drop or something, but it's not like a legendary from Diablo, you know? But that might be due to the fact that I don't know the rarity of things in this game. I actually have no clue. And I also haven't really fought any bosses. Like, I know there's dragons around the world, but what about like just bosses that always drop some good loot? Does that exist in this game? What happened to Wilbur? I don't know. Oh, wait, are you just coming in? Did you miss when we were starting playing this? I don't think he's been with us this whole time that I've been on the new save. Mod for Path of Exile skill tree. Oh my god. That would be a bit overwhelming. But yeah, there is a Diablo mod, which I'm intrigued by and I would like to try out. Okay, so we have... This is another set for us, actually. Oh, wow. Interesting. The Bahamut set. Well, that's worth getting excited about, isn't it? And then we have this, the Tormenting Blade of Legends, which is physical and fire. Mongoose +2. Eep Schneeper. But it has physical damage +60%. I suppose I could... Let's see. It doesn't have any... Oh, it has one slot, actually. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. So, this is gonna give me... I don't know what the agility does. It gives me lots of physical regen, which is really nice. I wonder if 100 is the cap. It lowers my attack a lot. And my defense. Yet it gives me more damage. And it would sort of require me to use my adrenaline buff a lot. Weapon lore is nice though. Let's save it. We'll save it and see if we get another piece. He's trekking around. Wilbur's trekking around with Odrin. So, Yogso, to catch you up, I was experimenting with the multiplayer thing because there's lots of things you can do in multiplayer that you can't do in single player. So, I basically created a server and then I made a new game on that server and imported Derpst. So, he's still high level and he still has all his gear, but it's a new save. So, then I was just kind of like speeding through the main quest. And we're already almost back to where I was. It did not take me long at all. And just trying some little like tips that I got about getting experience and whatnot. And then we've just been chatting about how the game is and stuff versus Diablo and what it's got going for it. Because I'd really like to make a video talking about why this game is cool, honestly. Because it is very, very cool. And I really think people that love ARPGs could still get a ton of fun out of this today. I know I tend to like old games, so it's not for everyone, obviously, but it's really very fun, especially if you like these kind of chill games that are kind of like the Diablo vibes. And then there's a second one. I don't know how similar that is, or if that still has the same vibes, I don't know.
Bleed, you miserable creature, bleed.
But I'm very intrigued to learn more about this. So I thought I would try to see if I can get some quick experience. And then what I'd like to do is set myself up for when I make a new character. I want to be able to kind of exploit the multiplayer thing so I can share items with other characters. And maybe start a new character that has a really strong weapon, so I can make a save to load them in on, and you know, like maybe I'll get a lot of gold or
You orc rat!
something. I don't know. I don't really know enough about this game to know what I should have them start with. But then I could make I could load into a multiplayer save game with a new character, have them get rich or get some good gear from the save that I made, and then just keep on playing. You know, it's a bit cheesy, but whatever.
It's over, you worm.
It's like everybody would do that in Diablo, right? Because you have shared stash. Well, I mean, in Diablo 2 you don't really, but you are able to pretty easily get stuff to your other characters. So it's kind of the same as that. And then I also would love to try more of the classes. I don't really know why I'm killing these guys. Horse? You okay, horse? Alright. Oh, the lost map is right here. We might as well get it. There it is.
Rat eater! Come back!
Nah. His voice sounded different. Sneaker. Stop it. Whee!
Show me how good you are.
Okay. We're already almost leveled up again, making us almost 25. So we can almost start the Underworld campaign. I think that's 25, isn't it? I don't have enough for that. Let's put this in our safe, in our box. This. Oop, no, put that there. I guess I'll save that too. I don't know. And that. Probably not going to make that character, but I might. You never know. Have I played Dungeon Siege before? No. Sacred 2 was pretty nice, but buggy. I believe Vampire the Masquerade also changed based on your actions. Yeah, that's a very linear story RPG, though. It's not really the same genre. Okay. Let's just sell a couple things to this guy. Do, 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 do. Actually, do you have concentration? I don't think anybody sells the mentor potions, so I just have to make sure I pick them up when I find them. Oh, wow. 7 decks, special move. What do I have? This is a crappy hat. I've had this forever. I mean, it's good, actually. It's not crappy, but it's low level, isn't it? 191. Yeah, I could double my protection on it. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. Bumps me up to 99 dex. Oop. Oh. This game does a good job of, like, always wanting to make you change what you're doing.
I get 2 little gold for this, actually.
And now I'm wondering about this main quest for the crown. Find Sergio Trevilla at Portovelum. Where is he? I didn't have a problem finding him last time. Since he's down here. Or it's pointing me down here. So I guess he must be down here. Rocket issue. They do kind of sound like that, don't they? Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, fridge. Ow. Just cast your stupid spell. Stop standing there.
You orc rat! Ugh.
There we go.
And that.
No. We leveled up again. Okay, so we can go over 100. I wonder what the max skill points, skill levels are. I wonder. Concentration. I think we should keep that maxed out. And I really should be keeping these both high too, because I'm always going to be doing dual wielding at least. I might not always be doing blades, I guess, but I probably will. I'm trying to find this main quest guy. Oh, I can just go where I went last time. You're shocked nobody made a shared stash fan patch. You know, that might exist. I don't know. It just might. Whoa, okay. Like I said, I don't really know that much about this game, but I do want to try some mods and see. Right now I just have a very minor sort of mod on, which just lets me play the game in full screen, basically. Okay, Marikosh, hero of Urkuk, you're going down.
This fight will be your last.
It will be your last. Okay. Incredible Ring of the Eagle. This guy's got a big fiery axe.
Rescue at last. What? You need a hike?
There he is.
Your prince is waiting.
I found Wilbur Oxo.
Hey.
Okay, then there's this portal up here, which we can't activate yet. What's up? If you know what you're doing, the main quest is actually... Like, it took me very short amount of time to get back to where I was. Bum bum bum, it's not very big. But I guess when you're playing it for the first time, you kind of have to level up and stuff. Ooh. So you gotta do side quests and other kinds of cool things. Okay. Now, seek a human warrior called Trevor who serves the king. So am I just going back up? Yeah, we're going back. Okay, come on, Wilbur. I saw a magic hiding spot. It's a bit embarrassing that this horse is better than the Diablo 4 one. Dude, do you guys like Diablo 4? I feel like I'm really biased against it. I haven't played it since it came out, but I was really disappointed when it came out. I was so disappointed because I was so sure that they were going to do a good job with it. And then I was just disappointed with almost everything about it. But I haven't played it since release, so like maybe it's better now. I don't know. I liked 3 okay, although it still wasn't like as good as 2. I don't know. But 3 had its place. It was pretty fun. It was kind of small, though. Very repetitive. And the classes were too balanced. Like, everything was too much the same. Played it a fair bit when it came out. And they kept making bad decisions and the resist system not working and the battle pass. Yeah, that's kind of the reaction I had to it. They kept kind of just taking the fun out of it. And just, you know, I don't know. It was just bad vibes. So
Why are you still hanging around here? Go to Crow's Rock Castle and take the...
We're supposed to be... Go to Crow's Rock Castle? Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were supposed to come back here first. That's what I get for not actually paying attention, isn't it? I don't think there's a portal down there. Or a big one, anyway. Oh!
Play, Goblin Eater!
Also, World of Warcraft, like, now that we're on the Blizzard topic, I never have fun with World of Warcraft anymore, either. Like, all the new stuff they released for that is just, like, boring as balls after a couple days. And I don't know if that's just... Well, I know it's because the game has changed since I actually enjoyed it. But maybe it's also just a factor of the times. I don't really know. I still enjoy like, when I go back and play Classic. I'm really grateful that they released that. Although I don't have really enough time to invest in it anymore. But it's still fun every time I go back. But anytime I try to play, like, new World of Warcraft, any of the new content, I just get so bored so quickly.
Arkenbra.
I don't know what it is. Alright, anyways. Here we are, finally. Hey, guys.
It's open season. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Season. Go in, please. Thank you. Anybody got anything cool? Nah. Haven't gotten a new bridle for my horse in a bit. Doing okay on health potions? Okay.
Hi.
The good Warcraft for me was before World of. Ah, yeah.
You have saved
De Mordry?
Well,
that name alone is well known among my people.
I don't. He gave me the portal rune. Did I just use it? Yeah, he just uses it automatically. Dang it! I was gonna say maybe I don't have to activate this one and just save the rune, but what's the point? It just puts a portal right in the middle of the woods. What's the point of that? I don't know. Anyway, Warcraft 3 is a masterpiece. I haven't played the ones before that, but I think it would be fun to do a run through Warcraft 3 campaign. The lore is just so good, and the gameplay is so fun in that game. It's so special. They help too much now. Yeah. Yeah. I think they made the process of leveling the leveling experience in World of Warcraft, like, they tried to condense it down as much as possible and make it quick so that, like, the main focal point of the game now is to be max level really fast so you can experience all of the new crap and updates they're going to shove at you, so you always have a reason to go on and, like, grind the latest gear and spend as much time as possible doing that. And when they started focusing on that recipe instead of keeping the leveling experience as half of the game, you know, getting from 1 to max was an achievement in the beginning in Vanilla and Lich King and Burning Crusade and probably all the way through Cataclysm. I think Cataclysm for me is when it started going downhill, although I still had fun in that one for a while. I don't know. I just don't like the formula anymore, like how they have it. And then they added heirloom items, which just, you have to use them basically because you have them, you know. they give you so much more additional experience to make the leveling experience even faster. And you'd think that would be a good thing, and it's hard to explain. Like if you haven't played back in the day and you would just play now, you wouldn't really think of it, but I don't like it. And you know what though, like the reality of it is that the days of old MMO RPGs are just dead. Like nobody has time. Mostly it's patience, probably. Nobody has patience anymore for that. That kind of game, you know? Well, here we are again. I don't know if I really care to kill all these guys or not. I'm not really sure if I do. I think I might just go back. I'm already pretty much back to where the portal was, so. Meaty. Ox. Okay, now can we talk to this guy here? Remember the quest line where I had to get your warlock mount? It was so special and the things you had to do to get it, but now it's so simple. Exactly! The things that make you feel like you did something that's a worthy achievement is not a thing anymore, right? It's like, now they just hand everything to you because they want you to be caught up as quickly as possible. They don't want things to be a challenge because they're so afraid that like whenever there's anything that's slightly challenging, their people are just gonna quit playing. So they're just like, here, you can have all this stuff. The only challenge is like you have to raid. You have to raid with your friends and try to get gear that way, and that's like that is the game. That's all it is. And I think that's like, it's fine. Like if you like to do that, but they basically removed half of the game in order to make it like that. Did I not speak to the guy enough times? I'm so just like confused about what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know why. Okay, I did that. I'm still looking for, okay, now I just go up here. Why is this still here? Is it a bug that this is still yellow? I think maybe it is. Okay, but now we can go over to the next town. Which I believe I have the portal for. Where does this go? Yeah. Yeah, now we're here, so we can go up there. And I'm hoping that I didn't miss any other portal. There might be a portal here, I don't know. I'm sure I missed some portals. But whatever. Instant gratification generation. I know. It sucks because you don't get those memories. If everything is just so quick and instantly gets you everything you want and need, then there's no satisfaction.
Anyone standing in my way in carrying out this job is already as good as show me how good you are.
I didn't pick up the quest though. What? Did I? I don't. Tentacles. I'm pretty sure I didn't pick up the quest, but okay. I'll just help this guy with his marriage really quick. Hold on, BRB. Monsters and memories. You have to appeal to that increases your market share. Yeah. That's why I love this era of games. And actually, World of Warcraft came out within this era, too. And that was also the height of the MMORPG. Was during the same time. And it was really a special time for video games. Because it's never going to be like that again, right? And it's never going to be like this again. Like, there'll never be another game that's made that's like this, or like Diablo 2. Because just the gaming industry is so different. And gamers are so different. People are just different. Our generation is... I feel lucky that I grew up in the era that I did to experience all that, though. I'm definitely glad that that happened to me. Even though I'm really sad that it's not here anymore and that it never will be the same. And it also is kind of sad that the younger generation will never experience all of that. Because we have all these, like, really in-depth, super nostalgic memories in video games. And especially in MMOs, because we spent so much time with them. And, like, you actually... Like, back in the day when you actually had to communicate with people in the games. And it took effort to party up with people and to get to the dungeons. And you played with your friends. And everything was challenging. You had to communicate properly in order to win. That just doesn't happen anymore. Now, no one says a word to each other when you know, play together. And everyone's very rude and judgmental, and nobody has to get along, so why would they try to get along? So the developers just make it as simple as possible. And there's little to no effort that you have to do to actually complete your objectives. Which... to me, it's just not fun. Like, it's not... Yes. It doesn't create...
I'm going to cut you into little
memories.
Pieces with my blade.
It's not memorable. And... it's not fun. You know? Like, maybe it'll be sort of fun. Like, it's a dopamine hit because it's instant gratification. But other than that, everything is the same and nothing is fun anymore. That's why I like to play old games. Because they are actually fun. Like, this is a good example of a game that was literally made to just be, like, very, very fun, right? And same with the Indiana Jones game we just played. That game was very fun. It was frustrating at times. But their main goal when making it was that it was just an incredibly fun, not very serious experience. Only MMO you tried was Guild Wars. Guild Wars was really good too. I played only a little bit of that one. You won't get away. But I thought it was very unique and fun. And I did also try the newer one too. Vermin. Tony and I both played that on release. It was pretty good, but I think it wasn't as widely appreciated as the original one, which everybody apparently loved. You know what other MMO was just a magical experience was EverQuest and EverQuest 2. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the EverQuest 1 servers are still going strong. I hope that is still the case. At least it was a couple years ago. But I played more of EverQuest 2, and it was so much fun. Like, just some of the most fun I've ever had in an MMO. In that game. Hi Daisy, how are you? What are you doing? Like finding your way out of a Daggerfall dungeon, that's a challenge? Yeah. Until you learn how to teleport out. You would argue that the challenge and frustration, at least in some form, are mandatory for fun. That's why Souls games... Exactly! Great example! Souls games. Maybe people don't realize... Because modern gamers do enjoy Souls games, right? And the reason why they're fun is the same concept, really. It's just presented differently. Chakula. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chakula, for the 22 months. Jeez, hype. But yeah, like, the Souls games are fun because I mean, yeah, they're frustrating. And so are old games. Old games can be very frustrating. But the fun and the rewarding feeling of it is what's addicting about Souls. And that is because there's a challenge that you overcome and you have to actually like try really hard to complete that goal in order to get the reward. And that is a very memorable and fun experience. And I mean, there's a lot more to the Souls games that make them a very special, memorable experience. But like, that's the gameplay loop that actually gives you that rewarding dopamine hit, is because you worked for it and then it was worth it. And you were like, heck yeah, I did it. And that feeling happens so often in old games, all kinds of old games. That was the goal. That was like the formula of a video game. But that is like going away. And now it's just quick instant gratification and almost no challenge. Which is weird.
I'll carry out the assignment in my own way.
Yes.
Anyone standing in my way in carrying out this job is already as good as dead.
Oh, anything new here that I need? No. There's never anything new that I need. Well, there is sometimes. I shouldn't say that. Monsters and Memories game you mentioned is basically that EverQuest, but new IP. Oh, cool. I've never heard of that one. Kind of why I'm surprised Modern Doom has had that success it has in a way. I think, well, Doom was just an FPS, and yes, it was difficult. But I think the people that liked original Doom are not the ones playing the new Doom games, right? I mean, probably some of them are. Like, the IP is absolutely gigantic, but modern FPS games are very different from old FPS games. And I think probably, if I had to guess, it's not, that genre is not really my expertise, but if I had to guess, a lot of the people playing the brand new Doom games are probably not going to enjoy as much the old Doom games. Some of them will, obviously. For example, I personally don't have interest in playing the new ones, really. Like, they don't really look like I would care or have that much. Like, they look kind of fun. They're just very quick, fast-paced. You sort of turn your brain off and you just, like, go and shoot everything constantly and never stop, right? And yeah, that kind of happens in the original Doom games too, but the old FPS games are different a little bit. Yeah, it's ridiculous, I know. And I think that's what the IP has become, is just, it's like ridiculous demon slaying nonsense. And it's cool. People think it's badass. So that's the appeal, right? Really. But as a comparison, somebody who likes the really old Doom games would also like, you know, Wolfenstein, the old Wolfenstein games, and maybe lots of other just FPS games of the same era, of the old era. So I don't know. I just feel like even that IP has changed a lot. It's still an FPS. It's just the FPS genre has evolved and is different in a lot of ways. Fallout was one of the hardest CRPG games there had been, and the great feeling when you figured out the missions. Yeah. Fallout is so special. We just finished that, and it was just as fun as I remembered. Such a good game. Not even Souls games are hard the same way old games are. Right. Souls games are, I hate to say this, but like, a Souls game it's such a well-designed game, all the Souls games, at least most of them anyway, that it's really just about the player's skill, versus sometimes in an old game, the limitation is the game itself or the engine, or, you know, where there's glitches and bugs and stuff like that, which are not necessarily fair to the player. But it's still, regardless of how the frustration occurs, it's still the same formula. It's still like, you get frustrated, you overcome it in some way, and then you feel awesome. Like, yes, I did it. Hello, Jakula. How's it going? Yeah. Gaming became mainstream, sell to the largest possible amount of people. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Once the big companies realized there was lots of money to be made with video games, then the formulas started changing because they just wanted to maximize profit versus instead of maximizing fun. And then the idea of making all the games appeal to everyone to maximize revenue instead of focus firing on like making the game as fun as possible for the intended audience of that genre or that video game, that was no longer a priority anymore. Which makes a lot of games not fun because then it's too balanced. Back in the day, they weren't afraid to just go all out in one direction. And then they didn't care if some people didn't like it. That wasn't the goal. The goal was just to make a good game and do what they intended to do. It was a glorious golden age of gaming. You love how in new FPS games the maps are so small and tight and the amount of enemies is so small. On the plus side, there's mainly a AAA issue that indie scene can still make good games, yes. And the quality level of those keeps increasing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think indie developers are learning too that we don't need gorgeous graphics, which helps the budget side of things. Like, if there was an indie developer that made a game like this with this kind of graphics, I think it would be just beautiful and people would eat it up. It is. I mean, this is still beautiful to me. I don't need special graphics. I like games that are pretty, but it always comes at a cost, doesn't it? Like, if you get a really gorgeous game, you kind of know that that the game is not going to be strong in other areas. They're really focused on how beautiful it is, and that's what's memorable about it. So it's not going to be absolutely freaking gigantic of a world or some other thing that there's a trade-off. Are there secrets in the new Doom? I was thinking about that too as a comparison. I don't know. There probably are. But that was a huge thing in all the old FPS was finding the secrets, right? 12-year-old you sitting with a 120-page manual reading up on police radio codes on how to find sobriety tests to play police quests. Oh my god. I know now that you have to handcuff men on the back and women on the front in certain states in the US. You learn so much. No joke. I think I learned so many things from those city building games. You know, like Pharaoh and Zeus. And there was Caesar 3. Did you guys play those? They were jam-packed with like historical information. And I would just read every little bit of text there was. I would just read it and like learn things about Egypt or whatever. And I just thought it was so cool. A game looking exactly like this with quality of life fixes would sell like crazy. I know, right? I agree. Even this kind of graphics need a lot of work. Yes. I mean, there's a lot of little images you have to make and the sprites and stuff, but it's definitely nothing compared to the insanely gorgeous first-person graphics we get today. You know, this is lots of pixelated stuff. And it's probably not very high res. I don't know. I don't really know, actually. It looks decently high res when you zoom in though. But like this, like the character model is pretty high res, but then if you look at, you know, the lamppost or whatever, it's not. The flowers. It's meant to be viewed from back here though, so it doesn't matter. Plus, it doesn't matter anyways. Maybe Pillars of Eternity. I have not played that one yet. all the history you know you got from Civilization. Nice. Your brother is one of those people who's all about realism. Graphics need to be photorealistic as possible, sound accurate and authentic. He either can't understand or refuses to acknowledge how I feel otherwise. To each their own, right? Whatever. I would also be annoyed at that. I'd be like, because people are just missing out. It's like they're so closed-minded, no offense to your brother, but like people are so closed-minded about what's important in video games. And I that's also probably a factor of the times and like, I don't know. We grew up with this kind of thing, so like obviously we like it more. People that didn't grow up with it are then they look back and maybe it's kind of like trying to appreciate old black and white movies, even though I also like those and I didn't grow up with them, but maybe I'm kind of a special breed. I don't know, but a lot of people find those hard to enjoy, you know, because it's like so far in the past that they can't relate to it or they just don't know how to enjoy it. I also have a mindset that I love looking back in the past and seeing how things were, and I want to experience everything that I can, at least a little bit, and I can do that through video games because they still exist, and that's really fun for me. So I know a lot of people don't have that want or need, so I get that. Thank you, Craig, for the 34 months. She's hype. Still can't even watch old stuff because it looks old. You can't, or other people can't? I don't know. My husband doesn't ever want to watch old movies either, so he's kind of like that, I guess. I like them though. Thing is, he grew up experiencing the exact same things as me, played them and loved them as far as I was aware. Yet he went in a completely different direction somewhere down the line. That is interesting. Someone should do like a deep study on both of you. Like, where did the fork in the road happen? And why? I don't know. I guess people just have different preferences for what they like, right? Husband? Yeah, I am married. I'm 37. Love old movies with all the slime visual effects. Yeah, I love the old cheesiness. It's kind of cozy to me, in a way. According to game developers, graphics are the most important thing ever. According to all game developers, or just a specific one or recently? I think graphics are really important because they present what you're giving, right? If your graphics aren't pleasing in some way, yeah, people aren't going to want to play it. So it definitely is incredibly important. But then you have to deliver on the rest of it. And it depends on who you're selling your game to, like what your graphics need to be. And the genre, each genre of game has a different expectation for what the graphics are going to be like, right? So there's a lot of things to take into consideration if you're making a game and like trying to pick what style of graphics you need. I remember life before the internet. Yeah, I remember life before not having a cell phone in our hands every 2 seconds. I grew up without having a cell phone in my hand. It was a magical time. The graphics of the loot boxes. Graphics need a good atmosphere. You don't need the best graphics. Absolutely. Apparently that's not true for some people. But like, I think it depends. It depends on what kind of game you're making, right? What style of game are you making? And you can have a pixel game that's absolutely gorgeous, right? There's plenty of pixelated graphics video games that are stunning. And they're not, I mean, they're just oozing atmosphere and they're beautiful pixel art, beautiful animations. But I don't even know if it needs that much. Like that's a game that might go over the top with that sort of category. And then there's another similar game maybe that has pretty good graphics and animation. We'll say it's still pixelated, But then there's another area of that game that is hugely noticeable and better than everything else, like the combat or something. Like maybe it's a Souls-like that is just like got something going for it that's amazing and different than what the other ones are doing of a similar genre. Life before the internet, life before mobile phones. How I miss thee. I know, me too. I get sad a lot about how my son is gonna grow up in this weird technological era. And it's just so bizarre to me because, you know, it's just so different. Love the time before cell phones. I remember how all meetings needed plan and you couldn't just not go, right? You couldn't just Zoom everybody real quick in your pajamas. If you had invested $3,000 into a computer, you'd probably have a temporary bias before games with good graphics and stuff. Yeah, a temporary bias. Yeah, because you just want to see what you can do. I definitely could see that. Sure. I just want to test it out. The gameplay and atmosphere goes way before the graphics. I totally agree with you there. And I actually, because I love old games so much, if I see a new game that is designed in the style of like an old game, like it's new but it's meant to look like a game from like the mid-2000s, like maybe it's a survival horror or something in the Resi style, and I see that and the sprites look like they're from 2003, to me I'm like, ooh, candy. Because I want to see what that is, because it interests me that somebody is recreating something that is such a beloved thing from the past. And I don't even want the graphics to be good at that point. When it's something like that, I want them to look like poop. Or not poop, but I want them to look old. Because it's just a cozy style, a cozy vibe. Did I check out Scald? Oh, that's actually was on my list to play. Yeah. I haven't played it yet, though. I think I said this here before, but my thing is like something for what it is rather than dislike it for what it isn't. Yeah, that is a really good thing to live by. I try to apply that when I'm talking about games that I play and like sort of reviewing them, because it's really easy to always talk about the things I don't like first. And I guess I honestly kind of did that when I was talking about the indie game. There was more things I liked about that than disliked, but it's so much easier for our brains to gravitate towards what we don't like first. I guess also the end of the game was the frustrating part, so that's just kind of where my brain was at when I was talking about it. But I'm trying to say all these points about Sacred as we're playing that I really like, because it's such a huge game and there's so many things to it that I'm just discovering are quite special. And it definitely has flaws. Like, I'm already seeing flaws, but I'm really trying to focus on like, what is this game special for and why do people still love it today? There's lots of people playing this today still. Old and cheesy graphics, yeah. It's also easier to play old games and what they are than a new game. And they're cheaper. They're pretty cheap. They're always on sale. I do remember the time when games started to concentrate on graphics and play game was last a second. I hated it so much. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Christmas?
And it's also... I am waiting for Christmas. Some genres also have kind of just faded out. I was just about to say, like the point and click genre. Like, it still exists in the indie world, which is great. But specifically the 90s and early 2000s FMV style point and click, where, like the Tex Murphys and stuff like that. And Gabriel Knights 2, Beast from Within or whatever. Just that style of game made from any kind of reputable developer is just not a thing. Like, there's a few here and there that turn up in modern times, but I just, like, nobody wants those anymore, and it makes me sad. Phantasmagoria was great, yeah. There was no way anyone would make that sort of game anymore. That was like, that game was Roberta Williams being very brave. Stories with real scripts cost real money. Not happening anymore. Yeah. Well, because they just spend the money on graphics and other things instead of like those FMVs, like Tex Murphy. Yeah, there's gameplay behind it and everything and art, but probably most of the budget was the actors. I don't know. I mean, they're not good. The Tex Murphy was okay, but I'm just thinking about that as an example. Like, the actors, they were already expected to be good. They were just like, kind of lowly actors working in video games. Most of those games are clips of videos and actors recording lines, or voice lines that you're hearing to put the story together. And then some of the environments are photographs that were made into an environment in some games, which is pretty cool, instead of just having it be 2D art. But it'd be interesting. I wonder, like, what the pricing was like for those games versus just a beautiful game that went all out on the budget on how the game looked and stuff instead. Harvester was also great in a way. I played only a little bit of that. But yeah, that's a very interesting one. Some would say they were expected to be extra cheesy with a side of overacting. Going back and playing them, that's what you think, right? Because they're all like very cheesy. But if you think about how TV acting was and movies back then, like, it kind of was just like that. And then I think the video game actors were just not as good, and I think the bar was really low. Probably it was kind of a new thing, right? So they were probably like, yeah, that was fine, it's okay, we're not taking. And they didn't take themselves seriously either in the game development industry back then. At least, I mean they did, like, they were serious developers, but worrying about everybody thinking something was like stupid or something was too cheesy or campy, like, I don't think they gave a crap about any of that. Christopher Walken in the Ripper game? No, I never played that. Back then also had notable actors doing voice acting. Yeah. The directing also. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if you're making a video game, and you're making one that has to have real people acting in it like that, back in the day, do you hire like an acting director, or do you just, like, if you're the developer, do you just like direct the actors yourself? And like, maybe that's why it was so cheesy when you're just like, the directors are they're game developers, and they're just like, yeah, that's fine, whatever, I just needed you to do this, it's fine. Like, they don't have the same standards maybe that a movie production would have, which makes total sense, right? The live action cutscenes in the original Resi one. Yeah, good example. This has been a problem up until recently. Directors are not movie people, they're game devs. Yeah. The Will Shatner School of Overacting. See Nick Cage. I love Nick Cage. Because he's cheesy. Speaking of cheesy and inappropriate games, do I know Conker's Bad Fur Day? I do. I know of it, yes. You would hire a small extra Broadway company and just use the expertise? Well, maybe you're a 90s game developer and you can't afford it. I think that's probably what happened 90% of the time. But yeah, it's interesting to think about, isn't it? Like how different times were back then and how different game development was, and I don't know. Contradiction 2015. Yeah, that was one of the newer ones that popped up that I was thinking of. Looking at it the other way around.
Do something. I've got other plans for today.
Okay, I do too. Chill out, derpst. When quite prominent and significant high-profile actors are all over games, it does take something away. Hollywood trying to force its way in. Yeah. I agree. There's a charm about, you know, playing a game and having just I don't know. It's really weird to explain it to people that don't understand it. Like, you guys understand. The charm of old games and the cheesy voice acting that didn't need to be good. The actor that's just playing the part, you don't care who he is, really. You don't care anything about them. It's just the character in the game. And I think, like, the bar is kind of low on what the expectations are for the performance of said character. And then the more silly it is, the more memorable it is, at least for me. Oh, right, I'm on a server, so I have to actually move. I'm going to be disconnected from my own server. But yeah, I don't know. I like that style. And it just has a completely different vibe when all the actors are, like, amazing, you know? Like, I notice it, and I'm like, oh, that's really good voice acting. But it's not anything that I would ever need to have, I don't think. Love how seventh guest insulted any intermarriage in your family, Carl. I never really played that. I played a little bit of that one and I got kind of bored. It's too many puzzles back to back. Gordon Freeman has the best voice actor of all time. That's another interesting topic, is like the protagonist voice thing. I won't get into that right now, but it is pretty interesting. Because, you know, you could think about how much money you could save if your protagonist doesn't have a voice. Sometimes it's also precious to see it go horribly wrong. Dynasty Warriors 3. Duke Nukem. I'd love to check out the Duke Nukem games sometime. That would be fun. By the way, the reason why I'm just standing here is because I am pretty soon I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna do a save. Dupe multiplayer 1. Next time we play this, Realms of Haunting, I would love to play that. You know what? Actually, I should put that down on the Halloween, the spooky season list. Because I think I have all... No, they're not all FPS, but I really wanted to do one that was not in the same genre, and that one is definitely would be fun. There are cutscene edits on YouTube. The voice acting was horrendously hilarious. Oh, in Dynasty Warriors? Nice. Duke Nukem is very cheesy. I know. And it's very nostalgic for people too. So anyway, about this game. Next time we play, I kind of maybe want to try swapping characters. Maybe I will try to gather some stuff for a new character or something. Or find a way to share money, maybe right away. And then make a new character and see if we can't like do that exploit. Just for fun. And then try a different class and see. We're also level 25 now, so I think we could load into the Underworld campaign, which might be fun to see. Sacred 1 and 2 equals underrated. Yeah, I also want to try the second game after I do this one. But my goal is to make a video on this one. I really should have been writing down the points that I was making today of all the things I noticed about this game, but I'm just reminded of that again because it's the weather. The weather system's pretty neat. But I want to make a video about like why this game is still cool. Because it is. There is, by the way, a rather new game made with the Duke Nukem 3D engine. Oh. Titan Quest? Titan Quest is great. Yes. Agree. 2 is really good, but buggier. Okay. Sacred 1 is your favorite. From what I've seen, it looks like Sacred 1 is, or Sacred 2 is a bit of a different style, right? Did they go for more of a multiplayer thing for the second game? Pretty amazing how they made 2 new DLCs for Titan Quest. I know. I tried to play one of them and it's just, it doesn't feel like the same. Like it's okay, but I haven't played the latest one. I don't know if that's any good. Whenever you write something down, you don't know where the notes disappear. You just wing it. I write them down digitally. That helps. It was more zoomed in. Oh. Sacred 2 is mostly single player. Oh, you played it mostly single player. Okay. Only played Sacred 2 and it was very different experience? Interesting. Well, I'm intrigued to check that out as well. We will check it out. But right now, let's focus on this game and try to be cool. I don't know. What class do you guys think we should try next? Like if next time we make a new guy. We have items for this is level 10, Battle Mage. That's really the only low level thing I saved. I kind of wish I saved more. Oh, this is level 15. Wait, what? This one is for level 30 and this one is for level 15? Seraphim? That's weird. They're like the same. Well, no, they're not. They have double lightning bolt. Yeah, just more stats. But the same experience gain buff. Interesting. This is level 19. I didn't save any really low level things, really. But yeah. Maybe we could figure out how to put gold on the ground or something. Can you drop gold? Yeah, you can. Okay. Well, why don't we just like go back to the town, the main town, like wherever you start, and drop like a crap load of money, and then we can just buy everything. That would be something. Have I played Grim Dawn? I have. I adore that game. It's so fun. You vote dwarf, you vote seraphim, but anything goes. Okay. Maybe we'll do a poll next time to pick with a character we try next. Did I play Dungeon Siege 1 and 2? So many people have asked me that this stream. I guess it's another popular one for people that like this game, huh? Guess we'll have to try it. I haven't tried it yet. I've kind of seen it a little bit. But I haven't actually played it myself. I probably own it though. A poll? Okay, we'll do a poll next time. Van Helsing. I did play a little bit of that. That game's pretty fun. It's kind of simple, but a good casual fun ARPG, yeah. Titan Quest is a beautiful experience. Highly recommend Titan Quest. Even more fun when you play with your friend on the couch or, LAN. It's a really good one with a friend. Tony and I played that together a lot. It was a good time. Anyway, oops. Well, I was going to do this anyway. Anyways, I have to go pick up Arlo at daycare. So, I had a lot of fun hanging out today. We completed Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, and then we played Sacred, which I am adoring. We'll definitely be playing more Sacred, and pretty soon here we will be starting the horror marathon. We also have a challenge going. If you look in the cheese, there is a challenge going for a really bad retro game. And you guys have 7 days to complete that. I'm also taking suggestions for actual like bad or badly rated games from the 90s and 2000s. But I think we're going to be doing sort of a marathon of horror games from the 2000s as well for spooky season this year. So that's going to be fun. And we will also be, checking out more Sacred because I'm addicted to it. So I'll see you guys soon. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you for hanging out. And thank you for your support and your eyeballs. See you next time. Bye-bye.